It is exactly 9:35 a.m. on Wednesday, November 12th, 2025. I've been standing here since approximately 9:10 a.m., which is now 25 minutes, trying to wash and rinse out some washcloths that I have actually had to place to the side because the water to this tap has become increasingly acidic and corrosive and harmful to the skin upon contact over the last 25 minutes while I've been standing at this sink trying to use the water for normal, legitimate, use based purposes. I cannot touch this water without the stinging and burning that often happens when I try to use this water from occurring. I've actually been up and down the hall to the common bathroom over the last 25 minutes and had to use the water from the common bathroom. And that water does not induce any kind of stinging or burning upon contact or at any point during usage because that water is not being deliberately affected in some way by a highly corrosive substance that causes skin burning, irritation, and stinging upon contact. At the same time, over the last 25 minutes, while I've been standing at the sink trying to fill up this wash basin and rinse out washcloths, there has been someone directly below in 76 that has been repeatedly, deliberately slamming a heavy object against the floor directly below my feet while I've been standing here for the last 25 minutes. And the slamming and banging have been deliberate, repeated, and continuous over the last 25 minutes. It is not maintenance because while I've been standing here, my voice has been increasingly raspy and affected, and I'm having a hard time breathing because whoever is directly below in 76 is also deliberately burning and propagating large amounts of cigar and marijuana smoke that have been affecting my voice to the point where I am having a hard time even speaking on this video. Even though I haven't spoken very much at all this morning, there's nobody else in my unit, and this is the first time I've had to speak for any amount of time, yet my voice is being severely affected, and I've had to turn on the air conditioner for ventilation, which is not really making much of a difference. I've actually been up and down the hallway several times, and there's absolutely no smoke or fumes anywhere in the hallway. And again, the psycho directly below in 76 has been taking some type of a heavy, blunt object each time I've tried to rinse out or squeeze out a washcloth and tried to use the water to this tap that, cannot be safely used. There is some type of a very harmful, corrosive substance that started getting leached into the water to this tap at approximately 9:10 this morning, which was only 25 minutes ago. And once again, I can't speak because of the intense, sickening amounts of cigar smoke that have been filling this area around this sink over the last 25 minutes. This all started happening 25 minutes ago as soon as I came to stand at the sink and tried to wash and rinse out some washcloths that seems to trigger the surveillance using psychopath directly below in 76. Obviously, this piece of trash is a perving and creeping nut job who becomes violent and aggressive based on certain very basic key activities that I happen to engage in the privacy of my living space as I am engaging in those activities. In the privacy of this living space. And this started happening 25 minutes ago, as soon as I came over to the sink to do one thing that triggers the violent psychopath in 76 almost every single time I engage in this activity, which would be to rinse out and clean washcloths. I don't know what the deal is with the sex offender directly below in 76 becoming violent and aggressive when I try to rinse out washcloths and squeeze them out. But that has been going on not just for the last 25 minutes, but for years, starting with the behavior of that same person as it was occurring in the bathroom of 76 for the past 11 years, because the same person that is right now repeatedly slamming and banging things from directly below in 76 and deliberately burning and propagating sickening amounts of cigar smoke is also the same person who has been deliberately burning and propagating sickening amounts of cigar smoke from behind this wall, starting in 2013, when Mr. Alissayev, the crooked Russian slumlord property manager, deliberately placed and housed a violent sex offender and psychopath in the bathroom behind this wall named Jasmine Irizarry. What I'm experiencing, explaining, and trying to document right now, and just left a voicemail for the Greenville group at 9:30 a.m. and another voicemail for the Greenville group at 9:33 a.m. because the first voicemail did not go through, has been occurring for 11 years in an unbroken, extended line of completely traceable, violent, psychotic, surveillance-based aggression, harassment, and physical harm from the Greenville Group's sponsored activistic associate named Jasmine Irizarry, who conveniently happens to be a violent sex offender, homicidal psychopath, and HIV-contaminated stalker who tries to contaminate other people's stuff with her body fluids. So just for the sake of accuracy, let's just go out into the hallway and see if there's sickening amounts of marijuana. Actually, this isn't marijuana. This is pure cigar smoke, which makes it really nasty to breathe in. And that's why my voice is being affected right now to the point where I sound like a smoker myself, even though I am not even remotely a smoker and never have been. So there's absolutely no smell of anything in the hallway. And my voice immediately clears up as soon as I go out into the hallway and I'm not breathing in that nasty toxic smoke that the psychopath and sex offender, presumably Jasmine Irizarry, has been propagating into my kitchen sink area from directly below in 76 over the last 25 minutes while I've been standing at that sink trying to rinse out washcloths. And she has been also deliberately slamming some kind of a heavy object against the floor below my kitchen sink over the last 25 minutes, starting at 9:10 a.m. when I went over to that sink to try to rinse out washcloths. And at the same time, the water to that sink suddenly started becoming increasingly corrosive, acidic, and harmful to the skin and induces skin burning and stinging upon contact. So right now, let's just see if this is happening in this bathroom as well. I mean, is Jasmine Irizarry's psychotic need to propagate contaminated fluids and harmful chemicals into the water to my tap extending to this tap as well? Or is it location specific and restricted to the tap to my kitchen sink? This water seems fine. As I mentioned 2 days ago in the video I made 2 days ago, I have cuts and scrapes on my hands just from constantly having to do stuff in my unit. This water is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not, if this water was affected with the same corrosive chemical that is currently affecting the water to my kitchen tap, then I would not be able to use this water or stick my hand under it for very long. I have some cuts and scrapes that immediately start to sting and burn when I put my hand under the water to my kitchen tap. That does not occur from the water to this tap, as you can see. I mean, this would be kind of painful right now, and it's fine. Yeah, this water does not have any corrosive additive to it. So this is only the corrosive stinging and burning, as I keep experiencing and noting and observing, occurs only from the water to my kitchen tap, where a violent psychopath has been deliberately slamming and banging some kind of heavy object directly below my feet as I have been standing at my sink over the last 25 minutes. And the slamming and banging only started to happen at the exact moment when I went over to my kitchen sink and started rinsing out washcloths, which has been triggering the surveillance using sex offender and psychopath Jasmine Irizarry into becoming violent against the wall behind my kitchen sink and now against the floor below my kitchen sink for years. So I'm going to rephrase that. For over 10 years now, Jasmine Irizarry is a violent psychopath and psychotic sex offender who the Greenville Group have repeatedly praised as being their surveillance expert, and who herself has admitted that she is getting paid to engage in the activities that I keep noting and observing that she is engaging in. Irizarry has admitted to contaminating the water to my kitchen tap in multiple written comments that she has made on my social media pages, informing me that she is not using a saddle valve to contaminate the water to my tap, but that she is contaminating the water to my tap and is putting mucus in the water to my tap. And she has informed me that I should enjoy the boogers in my hair when I shower. So now my voice is clearing up because there is no smoke or fumes anywhere in this hallway area. But when I step into my living space and go stand over by my sink, where this psychopath has been deliberately burning and propagating something that smells like nasty cigar smoke for 25 minutes now, my voice becomes really raspy and I have a hard time breathing and talking, even with the air conditioner on. The air conditioner is not effective in ventilating the area around my sink, where some very disturbed surveillance using psychopath has been deliberately burning and propagating sickening and overpowering amounts of cigar smoke that have audibly affected my ability to speak as I have been making this video. And now that I'm standing outside in the hallway, my voice is much clearer and I no longer sound like a smoker, as I did a few minutes ago when I was standing over by my sink right next to the air conditioner that was blasting, but obviously not effective enough to disperse the sickening amounts of cigar smoke that Jasmine Irizarry, or somebody who behaves identically as she has been behaving for 11 years, has been deliberately propagating into my living space. So again, you can smell the cigar smoke even just standing out here in the hallway, the cigar smoke that is coming from inside my unit, even though I do not smoke, because there's a violent, aggressive, mentally disturbed psychopath who sits directly below my unit or against the wall behind my kitchen sink from the vacant, unrented premises of Unit 76 directly below, and occasionally from the vacant, unrented premises of the bathroom of 78. And she sits there for hours and deliberately burns and propagates overpowering amounts of cigar and occasionally marijuana smoke that fill my entire bathroom, that fill my entire kitchen area to the point where I can't breathe and my voice is affected within minutes and I start to sound like a smoker. Even as I'm standing here breathing in the cigar smoke that's coming in from this door, my voice is once again becoming affected. That is how sensitive I am to cigar and marijuana smoke or any type of smoke, because I have never smoked in my life, except for, here and there in college. I've never been a smoker, and therefore I'm easily and immediately affected by any type of smoke that is being propagated into my living space. And I have to keep the door open to ventilate because the air conditioner is not doing a very good job right now of ventilating the constant smoke that has been deliberately propagated into the area around my kitchen sink over the last 25 minutes. So again, it is right around 9:40 a.m. now on Wednesday. I'll just keep this open for ventilation. I have been trying to get some work done this morning. I have meetings later today, and I can't do anything right now. So it's 9:52. I just left a voicemail for the Greenville group at 9:30 a.m. and again at 9:33. I can't, yeah. So as soon as I step in here, once again, the cigar smoke is literally just pouring from that direction right there. And I have the air conditioner on full blast. And the water to my tap can't be used, and my voice is getting gritty and raspy again, and I cannot finish rinsing out these washcloths. And there's, again, somebody below slamming something below the sink, and it's not maintenance because they don't smoke when they're on the job, and that's a fact.